Passion for sports plus college funding equals payment. Many may believe students shouldn't expect so much if they want to compete athletically. Most of an athlete/student's academic expenses are being funded so that they can play their sport. On the other hand, college athletes compete very frequently and leave their blood, sweat, and tears on the field, court, and or sometimes even diamond. Their efforts are also very unappreciated in the eyes of most. College athletes should be paid to play mainly because of the fact that even with scholarships, they have school-related expenses that are not covered by grants and aid. College athletes receive scholarships that pay for most of their expenses, including fees, textbooks, room and board, and even tuition. With money already being paid for academic college expenses, most people, looking from the outside in, would say it's either dumb or pointless to fund the athletes for just playing a sport. Most of their academic expenses are being funded so that they can play their sport, as said earlier. If universities paid college athletes to play sports, it would be unfair to students who are not NCAA bound. Non-athlete students encounter the fact that full-ride scholarships do not come with paid internships. For instance, a student may feel left out or abandoned by his or her school board if a fellow schoolmate is receiving funds on top of the fact that they are currently enrolled on a scholarship. This may even cause chaos among some students who feel some sort of way due to the unfairness and or special treatment of a scholarship recipient or athlete. Furthermore, the NCAA is a billionaire industry that keeps running by having athletes play their hardest and give it their all, but has no financial reward towards the athletes. Also, players try their best, and if worse comes to worst, they can end their career at any given moment. People watch college/NCAA games on television or in person very often. When they watch games, funds go towards the network and the company. This income gets spread around towards everyone except the people who are working for something. Also, players get injured often, and this puts them in a difficult situation. Lots of times, players get injured and cannot continue to play, causing them to lose their scholarship. What follows this? After playing tons of games and practicing for extensive hours, something as minor as an injury ruins a scholarship and even a chance at making it to the pros. With the pulling of a scholarship as a result of an injury, how would the student/athlete be able to maintain him/herself in a college environment? In other words, the athlete might not have enough funding to stay in school, thus leading him or her to drop out due to the lack of college funds. College athletes should be paid to play, especially because of the fact that even with scholarships, they have school-related expenses that are not covered by grants and aid. On average, a full scholarship is $25,000 for just 1 year, which totals up to $100,000 for all 4 years. This only covers basic expenses such as books, tuition, housing, and maybe even a meal plan. However, with such a small amount of money for only a 4-year time period, is this really enough? Do we really believe this is all the funding they should receive? Though their academic expenses are being paid, this might not be enough for everything else they need to obtain or personally provide for themselves to continue. Things such as personal needs, medication, tutoring, and even if the student is dorming or rooming, dorming supplies. To conclude my argument, minor things such as an injury can ruin the hard work of a player who is dedicated to his athletic and or academic career. With injuries ranging between career ending and season ending, players can be either benched till the recovery or even have their scholarships pulled. Moreover, athletes don't receive enough funding for their college expenses. With the small ranging amount of money they receive from scholarships, they don't have enough for many other college non-academic related expenses. In other words, despite debates on whether or not college athletes should be paid to play, many people say yes, while another large group of people say no. While they conflict about reasons why versus why not, such as scholarships being too helpful or tuition being too costly, most of the athletes themselves, though in my opinion they should, do not ask for payment.